What is up, DIY fam? You're watching Rent This Flip That, and we are back out on our Epic Deck Edition. Now, on the last video, you got to see me and Kelly figure out where to put all of our posts and how to properly plumb them. We installed our ledger board and squared up our deck. Once that was done, we rolled out all the floor joists, cut and installed them, and now it's time to install some hot tub supports and the new decking. We hit the hardware store for more lumber and we are ready to rock, so let's jump back in for this week's video.
What is up, you guys? So we are here in Goodlettsville, Tennessee on our deck project, and we are making some progress. However, I wanted to talk you through what we did yesterday and what we're about to get into today. Yesterday, we went to Lowe's to get some more material. We didn't get it all because we're working with that trailer back there, and I didn't want to overload it. So we went and got the rest of it this morning. Boom, right there it is. And we are going to start work on this deck. Now, here's what's going on. Let's take a look up underneath here. You guys can see that there is these 4 blocks up underneath there. Now, what in the world are those for? We're going to take 2 4x4 posts and space them out about 4 feet, and then we're going to put some posts across this and then put some uprights. The reason being, the customer is going to be putting a hot tub over there, and they asked us to beef it up, so that's what we're doing for that. All right, guys, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get my tools, get my screw gun, cut these posts, and we're going to get them installed. All right, guys, I'll check back in with you. Holler. Oh, hey, gang. All right, so I wanted to take a second to show you what it is that I'm doing here, because you may run into this situation and this could be a big help for you. What I did was cut these 14.5-inch blocks. Why 14.5, you ask? Well, because layout is on 16-inch center and the space in between the joists are 14.5. Now, what these blocks are going to do for me is I am working with Kelly today. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kelly, who she is. She's my wife, my partner, and she's strong. Don't get me wrong, she's strong, but sometimes she's not strong enough to hold things up for long periods of time in awkward situations up over your head. So what I've devised is this right here. I'm gonna put these in between where the posts actually go, right? And then I'm gonna have Kelly from on top screw down into the post. That way we don't have to lift up in the air and toe screw through every one of these joists. We're gonna do that later, but right now, this will get the 4x4s up and hold them up for us so that we can get the upright 4x4s underneath those 2 4x4 posts. That's the plan going forward. I got my screw gun right here, pocket full of screws. I'm about to get installing. All right, guys, I'll check back in with you. So we looked up online standard hot tub size, and they're pretty much anywhere from 5'5" to 7'9". So I'm gonna try to put this block, I think they're gonna go with the middle size, which is around 6'4". I'm gonna put these blocks so that where they're evenly spaced to where the hot tub would be, so it's supporting the weight all the way around. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I figured I'd go about 1 foot off that wall there because I can't see them putting the hot tub up against that, especially with that gutter being there. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to come off the wall 1 foot, and then I'm going to measure 6'6", find the center, and then center the 2 posts that way. All right, I guess I do know what I'm doing. All right, here we go. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the 2x4s in there. I'm gonna move my marks over 1 3/4 inches. That way the 2x4s line up with my mark, and then I'll be able to shove the 4x4 post up, just make it flush with the 2x4s, and Kelly can zip it down from the top. All right, guys, here we go. 1 3/4, 1 3/4.
And over here, like this.
Put 1 in. All right, so basically, I got these mending plates that's gonna go on both sides, so I'm just gonna put 1 screw on each side just to hold it in place. Let the mending plates do their job. Now to give Kelly an opportunity to use her little palm nailer. She loves using that. All right, you guys, so that's all 4 posts. Now I'm gonna get Kelly in here with the mending plates, and she's gonna slap them on the sides of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And she's also got that palm nailer. So I'm gonna get her in here and get these things taken care of. I'm gonna jump up on top and start the deck. All right, team, so I wanted to take you up here and show you something that was an accident, but it turned out to be something positive, and the customer wants that too. So take a look. See right here, when we went to go put this deck in, whoever had that post set right there, I mean, I pretty much was stuck with where it was, so I went with it. It just so happened to be on the outside out there though. It was about 10 foot and maybe 3/4, 7/8, so there really wasn't enough to even make it flush out there. So what I did was I put this little transition strip, I ripped it about 1 inch thick, put it in there, and then I put another scab on the side there. It actually lipped up on there in a 1/2 inch, but I put something else up there just to have a little bit more support. And then I was able to push these deck boards out there and actually have some type of an overhang out there. That's what I'm gonna do over there. I don't have to do it, but they wanted it to match, because whoever built this big deck did not come out with a full plank out here. I don't know if they just messed up, if that's what they're planning on doing, but you can see it's almost flush. I mean, it's hanging over like 3/16, some places 1/4 in others. So in order to eliminate all that, I know it's not gonna match up. Those have already shrunk up. The new ones are all swelled up and everything. So we're gonna put our little piece right here, and then I'm going to pull my numbers as if I'm pulling them across the front. It's a little bit square. I went with this deck right here across. It was fairly straight, but we were about 1/2 inch off as far as it being square, but I wanted to keep it straight. So what I'm gonna do is pull off the front here, back, pull off the front right here, back, get me a number across there, and use that as my control line to pull off the back there. That last piece in the back will probably have to be ripped from, like, I don't know, 2 inches to 2.5 at that end, 2 1/4, something like that. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and take one of my 12 footers and rip it 1 inch to use for that piece right there, and then I'll use the leftover for that piece in the back there. I know I said a lot right then. I hope that all makes sense, but we're about to do it, so you'll get to see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it'll make sense then. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so I got a mark all the way across there, and we laid these up here yesterday. I laid them all the way up so I could see how big my starter needed to be or how close it was going to be. And it looked like in some places it was a little iffy here and there. So what I decided to do was to move my line that way about 1/2 inch. It won't make too much of a difference, but with these being swelled up like they are, I'll be able to rip some off the front if I need to, and then round it over with my router. So what I'm gonna do now is get my official starting line. All right, guys, so the last thing I'm gonna do before I start putting boards on here, I have some stuff over there. So I'm just gonna throw a little scab on the side of that just to beef it up a little bit. I still have 3/4 of an inch exposed, but just to be on the safe side so it has more to land on, I'm putting something over there. Team, so we're about to get rolling on this, and I figured I'd explain to Kelly what's going on at the same time I explain to you. So on this end over here, what we have, our starters are going to be 143, to that where it breaks down there, and 31 inches right here. Now we can do it in 3 different pieces if you want to, like half and halves, but I don't know how you feel about that.
What do you mean?
Like a little piece there, a little piece there, a little piece here, a little piece there. Or we can do it big piece, little piece, medium piece, big piece, little piece, medium piece, since we have the 8 footers.
Whatever.
It's whatever? Okay.
can't. I don't see a difference right now.
Pause. All right, so we had a brief little talk, and Kelly's decided that doing H pattern seems to be the perfect way to go, and we can cut all of our boards consistent instead of having to worry about 3 different numbers. So on this side, you always make sure that your starter is 31 inches, and that's butting this 1-inch thing to the center of that one. Butting this thing to the center of that one down there is 143. However, it's going to alternate, so you're going to go 143, 31, 143, 31. So those down there, they can just run wild because I'm going to snap a line and cut them off flush out there. Does that make sense? So all we got to do is butt the 12 footers into our 31s and let it hang over.
Okay.
All right, that's the plan. Let's roll.
Oh, can we do these?
Do the corners. Just do the corner. Do one corner and do the...
Break my fingernail.
I'll do it then. Watch out.
Stupid. I should be able to pull up the little thing that I need to pull up.
All right, well, that's life. We got these wonderful buckets to reuse.
All right. Don't close them.
Well, team, I got a lot of the decking in place and got Kelly in a good spot where she could do straight runs by herself so that I could jump over on the side and do all of the finishing touches.
All right, team, it is Friday. It is the end of the day. It's actually 4:03, and I wanted to bring you guys along with me to install this last board. That's right, we are on the last board, and here it goes. It goes right over there. And I've already cut it for you guys. Done. Now we gotta screw it down, but that's it. All right, guys, I want to show you something real quick we used to do in framing. So what we're gonna do is snap a line right now so that way when we cut these, they're all perfectly straight. However, I did want to make mention, if you were trying to do where you made your band flush with all of them, this is a good way to do that because you want to go ahead and snap your line and then you can take your band and move it in and out with a hammer until it's flush and then screw it in. That way it's perfectly straight across. But we have a little bit of an overhang, so here you go.
Maybe on this end?
Yep, right there where that little crow's foot is, see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna pull it tight.
Hold on. I mean, you can pull it tight, but don't snap it yet. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna pull it tight. All right, that's us. Perfectly straight. Down that line, boy. All right, guys, it is time to join this deck in with that deck over there. That means we cut. Well team, there you go. It looks like we come to the end of another week. We actually got a lot of progress done this week and I'm real happy with where we are. Today's Friday and we are headed out for the weekend, but we'll pick back up Monday and it looks like the first thing we're gonna do is probably tackle these rails right here, and I got a Sigma laser level I'm gonna pull out to show you how I'm able to achieve a level post all the way around without using a level line or even a level for that matter. But after that, we'll put the rails on and then I still got a set of steps to build. All that coming up, and then next week, we start the tiki bar. So if you guys don't want to miss that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Hey, and if you guys enjoyed today's presentation, help me and Kelly out by smashing the like button. That will really help the channel by sending our video out to other people, and we definitely will appreciate it. That's it. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this one, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until next time, take care and stay safe. Peace.